morning when I go and walk Bells, about between 5:30 and 6, there's a woman always walking with her phone and her light on. It's now 7:10 and I'm on my way to work. I'll be there by 7:30 and she's still out walking. I wonder if she walks that entire time. I also feel like you can tell people from South Texas from winter Texans here. So that same woman that was out walking between 5:30 and 6, she's in shorts and a t-shirt. And she's out, she's still in her shorts and a t-shirt now. But there's also someone out walking now that I didn't see when I was walking Bells earlier, who's in long pants and a jacket, almost like a coat that zips up. And I think it's 74 degrees outside right now. The wind isn't too bad, which is always windy in the valley, but I feel like you can always tell the people from, that are winter Texans, and then those that are just maybe from here. And anything lower than 85 degrees, there's a chill in the air. I think I forgot to put sweet and low in my coffee. Whoops. It's been a long week. Last week was MLK Day, and so it was a short week at work. They also canceled. We started the semester, but then had to cancel due to inclement weather. So it ended up being a shorter week than normal. And this is the first full week back. And it's been a long week. You can tell, you can feel it. There's some stuff that was going on at work, and anybody somewhat familiar with the channel knows I work in higher ed, and wherever you sit on the spectrum, just in terms of how you think about our current climate right now, there was some stuff that happened this week relative to federal funding and grants, and it was going to impact higher ed tremendously had it been pushed through. So it's been a week. Let's just leave it at that. It's been a week at work, and just kind of thinking about implications of what that could mean for higher ed professionals. As of filming, it's Thursday, and I find myself just kind of really trying to get through the week. I have the weekend's coming up, and I need to get a longer ride in. Dadiella has a tournament, but I can go get in a longer ride in preparation for this ride I'm doing on March 1st out of Harlingen. So I really need to get about a 20-mile ride in this weekend, and it shouldn't be an issue at all. I'm not worried about it from a capacity perspective or even from a time perspective. I was more so trying to think about it from mapping out a route that was safe and not boring to look at. I was a little bit worried about, not worried, but I was cognizant of that. So I want to try to figure that out maybe tonight or tomorrow night after work. But, should be able to get in, even if I just go back to where I normally go and just do that loop twice. That's fine. I can do that, but it's not exactly the most picturesque. It's not. If I gotta ride 20 miles, I kind of want to see something, I'm a little bit familiar with, but maybe that I just haven't done several times. I don't know. We'll get it done anyways. I think my mental fortitude, my emotional capacity right now probably needs a good long ride. I haven't decided if I'm going to kind of film that training ride or not, or if I just need to do it and just kind of push back some mental stuff going on. Just nothing to do with work or even my our Dadiella or our immediate life. Nothing to do with that. Just I guess just mental energy kind of a thing. I just need to kind of push that back and challenge myself and finish finish it, and do it, and it'll be fine, and that'll just be like, ooh, a hurdle. Cross it off your list and keep on going. So we'll see. I just need to get through the week in order to do that first. I do think tomorrow night is Friday night. I think, and I set out some ground turkey for tonight, or took it from the freezer to the fridge so I can eat some ground turkey tonight. I kind of eat healthy, and I'm still gonna eat healthy tomorrow night, I think. But I think tomorrow night, since I'm gonna have a little extra time, I can just sit outside. I don't think I've shown the like pergola type thing that we put up for just our little patio area, and I can just sit there and maybe smoke some chicken leg quarters, just kind of really enjoy an evening outside, and hopefully the weather cooperates. It's, it's 75 now. It's been getting into the 70s throughout the course of the day, and the nights aren't too bad, and usually there's a little bit of a breeze. It's like now would be a good time to sit outside, just kind of enjoy being outside. So I think that's the plan for tomorrow night. Kind of help mentally prep, like refill your cup a little bit, mentally prep for a long ride this weekend. You have to let me know in the comments if you guys are having like, whoa, January feels like it's years long, right? It just feels like it's been January for years. So this morning was RV Life Reality, and I didn't have my phone on me because I was not gonna have my phone on me when I was in the shower. I was in the shower and I started to notice a little bit of pooling water. I was like, oh, I thought just a couple of days ago I emptied the tank. I emptied the bathroom gray tank, but then I had forgotten that I'd been running that water like as I was cleaning the shower. I was like, oh, that's probably where this extra. I don't normally have to empty the gray tank every 2 days, but I had been cleaning in there, and I was running this extra water in with some extra chemical for the gray tank, kind of like just clean. And I was like, oh, that must be where some of the extra water came in. So I started to see this pooling water. I'm like, oh, rinse off real quick, and then go outside and pull the gray tank handle. And I was like, oh, that should take care of it, right? But RV Life Reality, when you forget that you've cleaned in the bathroom, and because I cleaned the sink too in the bathroom, I was cleaning up, and obviously that goes to the same gray tank. I was like, oh, I forgot, and I had been running the water to try to do some good cleaning, and I then was realizing, oh, I need to go pull the gray tank. So for a hot second this morning, I was like, is something wrong? Like, is there a clog somehow? Like, what's going on? But then I was like, no, it must just be, because when I went to go pull the gray tank, and I thought, this will tell me, right? Like, this will tell me because if it doesn't then drain, then there's something funky going on, just in the pipes or something. Like maybe there's a clog or something. And I'm like, oh. But as it turned out, then I had to remind myself, no, Kro, you cleaned the other day and you had the water running for quite some time. RV Life Reality, though. So I was telling myself today, even when just days are rough, I just need to remember it's okay that my 5 critical tasks for one day change a little bit. Critical tasks, not a to-do list, but things that move my life forward. But it's okay if they change or from one day to the next a little bit, because sometimes when we hit rough patches, we just need to string together a few wins, right? So if my critical tasks become smaller wins just to build some momentum, that's okay too. And that's what I'm reminding myself of today. I'm just going to build some momentum, I hope, with a few smaller wins. And it's okay even if I take my critical tasks from 5 to, say, 8 or 10. Because if I can string together multiple wins on a rough day, and it's okay if that day, maybe if I do look at them as to-dos, as opposed to the things that move my life forward. It's okay. I can still string a few of those together to build some momentum. That's at least what I'm telling myself today.
Do you have any idea how happy I am to see you? Yeah.
So I had some leftovers from last night, ground chicken and sauteed vegetables, and I'm just going to put it over some Shin ramen noodles. Definitely not sponsored, although I wouldn't mind it. Definitely like the Shin brand. So I'm going to get this poured over, and that's going to be while this sets, and put a little cover on it, let it set. It'll be an excellent time to walk the bells, just so that to ensure I can get everything done in an hour. I do like it though when I plan ahead with leftovers. It makes my lunchtime so much more efficient. This is one of my favorite times of the day. Is getting to come home at lunch and take her for a walk. So I was gonna come home after work and film some of the things that I was really looking forward to at the end of the day. I was really looking forward to coming home and kind of getting Belle and taking her on her evening golf cart ride. That's what we do in RV life now. Wasn't always that way. We didn't have the golf cart when we were in the house, when we were living in the neighborhood, but living RV life, we have a golf cart. And one of my favorite things to do at the end of the day is come home and give Bella a golf cart ride. That's her blue Bellamobile. She likes just kind of like laying there and just kind of like watching the neighborhood kind of go by as we're driving along. And she got to see some of her people. Not that far away from us, there's a couple from Canada, and they actually just rescued a dog here a little bit ago in the area. It was in the resort. It didn't belong to anybody. There was no chip. They were checking with everybody here. It's just, but then they took her to the vet and got her fixed, and I guess she's gonna go back home with them, which is awesome. But Bella loves seeing them, and now Maisie's there, the dog is there. She has this cute little playmate, and she loves going to visit them. And it brightens my day when she gets when Bells gets so happy. But I didn't film it, and I just was, I don't know, maybe I was just kind of like, I was in my emotional rut and kind of just then protecting maybe some of the things that make me feel so much joy. But then I came home and made a good dinner, and we're sitting outside in our little pergola type thing, and part of RV life is indoor-outdoor life, which we both kind of love. But this is where I'll sit tomorrow. There's wind flow through here, and this gate, this side panel's open, and I have a little seating area in here with a little table. So tomorrow night we're gonna smoke the chicken leg quarters that I think I mentioned this morning, and I'm really looking forward to that. Just sit outside, just kind of enjoy being outside and let being outdoors kind of do some magic on the mood, right? And we're just gonna enjoy that for a little bit more here tonight. I didn't really have a plan for the video, obviously, other than just trying to work through some pretty intense mood stuff and thinking about my critical tasks this morning. Not a to-do list, but making my critical tasks a little bit of a to-do list. Literally, it's hydrate 3 Nalgene's today because it's just going to be good for you. Remember to be grateful that you get to come home at lunch and walk Bella, because that's one of your favorite times of the day. Be excited that Bella's really happy during your golf cart ride. Cook yourself a really good dinner. Like, those were tasks, but I made them my critical tasks today to try to build up some wins, just from a mood perspective. So hopefully that'll help for tomorrow. Certainly not aesthetic content. I don't know that I know how to live aesthetically. I know how to live authentically. I know how to have good days when I have good days. And I know how to be authentic about my feelings when I'm not having good days. So if that's what YouTube is craving right now, so a lot of people say, then this is just mood challenges in a very authentic way. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys have heard of the 8 critical tasks or 5 critical tasks, or kind of just those mood pick-me-ups, or sometimes even just putting things on your to-do list, even if you've already done them, but you had other things to do that day, but you got pulled in different directions, so you put them on your list so that you can cross them off, because sometimes just a little bit of momentum helps with the motivation. So if that resonates with you, maybe share some examples in the comments. And even on a little bit of moody days, we're going to remember to be grateful and remember to live life outside of the work that we do.